All right, here we've got an interesting comment about shadowing. Japanese 2811 says, I hit 10,000 reps of shadowing today since I started trying this method. I must say it has helped immensely in terms of getting the words to come out more fluidly, if that makes sense. There is less hesitation and trouble with certain sounds, especially. It is very good for my confidence. Next time I have a chat with my Japanese friend, I'm expecting to be a lot more relaxed. Yeah, that's the goal of the exercise, and it's extremely effective. The goal of it is to improve your fluency and your pronunciation, both. Your fluency because as you repeat thousands of sentences aloud, complete sentences over and over again, you get used to you get used to speaking in complete sentences without having to think of the grammar structure and like, having to put all the words together in a sentence. If you think in complete sentences already, it's much easier. And also, you just saying it, so you develop the muscle memory as well, of just saying all those things. So then it's much easier to use them in conversation instead of just getting it all passively and then expecting to somehow put it all together when you have to use it. If you train your speaking ability, you spend 10, 15, 20 minutes a day, half an hour a day, shadowing every day, your speaking will be much more fluid, much more confident, because you'll simply be used to speaking all the time. So when you're in front of people, your speaking will be yeah, it'll be more confident, better in general, way better pronunciation as well. So yeah, I'm glad it's working for you. Um, Anyone else watching this and still doubting that this works, give it a try. 10,000 reps of shadowing. Not 10,000 different sentences. Take 1,000 sentences that are important, that you want to be able to say, and get 10 reps of each. The whole list 10 times over, or like 5 times each sentence, and then you do the whole list twice. And you'll notice a massive improvement. And if instead of 1,000 sentences 10 times each, you do 500 sentences 20 times each, well, you'll be way better at those 500 sentences. My advice is the more the better. If you know fewer sentences, but you've done way more reps with each sentence, obviously you'll be much better at those specific sentences, but you'll have your range of vocabulary in the language will be much more limited, right? So what I recommend is just go for massive numbers, at least 1,000 lines for your language islands. So I recommend doing more than that these days. I'm aiming for way more in Japanese now, and 30 to 100,000 reps in total, depending on how difficult the language is. So I am aiming for at least 100,000 reps of shadowing for Japanese in these 3 months. That's slightly more than 1,000 reps a day for 90 days. 100,000 reps of shadowing or listening and repeating, and your speaking, excuse me, your speaking will get way better. Um, when I said 30 to 100,000, if you learn a language that's much more similar to the ones you speak, it's easier, like Spanish or French, 30,000 will be enough to speak very well if they are the right sentences. If you've got 1,000, 2,000 lines of language islands and you do 30,000 reps with them, your speaking will be good. For Japanese or Arabic or Russian, I recommend 50, 100,000. I mean, after like 20, 30,000 reps, continuing to do more and more reps it will just become easy. So you can easily keep doing it. It'll just keep getting easier and easier. Your fluency, so your ability to form sentences, will improve drastically, and also your pronunciation. And he finishes the comment here. I like the fact that you can drill new vocabulary through shadowing as well. It really makes vocab learning a lot less isolated. Yeah, that's also another good point. I'm one of those people who just struggles with the monotony of flashcards, so this is a lot more engaging. Yeah, if you try to learn vocabulary in isolation, if you try to learn from lists, you can do it really well if you use associations, but only if you use associations. And maybe you're not skilled at that, you haven't learned to use that technique properly. And if you just try to memorize with flashcards, you're going to need a lot of reps to remember the words. But if they are in sentences, in example sentences, and those sentences you drill them and you repeat them aloud over and over, you're much more likely to remember the whole sentence and the vocabulary in it. And when it comes to flashcards, this is my advice. The sentences you're doing the shadowing with, turn those sentences into flashcards. So if you are learning, you get the English, the sentence in English, and then the sentence in Japanese in this case, and you are shadowing that sentence, so you know the meaning because you can see the English, and then you're repeating the sentence over and over. Turn that into flashcards. Download it as a CSV file and create flashcards for retrieval practice with the whole sentence, so that you get the sentence in English first, and then you have to translate it into Japanese, and then you get the Japanese using Romanji, obviously. Um, and then, okay, you see where you made the mistakes, and then the next day you try again. And you do this with a couple hundred sentences a day. This combines really well with shadowing because just translating from English into Japanese is going to be very, very difficult. But if you have been shadowing these sentences already, you will remember them pretty well already. So doing this will help you figure out why you're making the mistakes or which words you don't remember, and in general will help you speak with fewer mistakes and also will help you think in the language more. You're just not repeating, but you training your ability to remember the words and the sentences when you need them. So yeah, shadowing, great. I'm happy to hear that it's working, that some of you are following the advice. 10,000 reps of shadowing. Good job. Keep going. If you get to 30, your speaking will get decent. And it's probably decent. I don't know what level you were before because you said that you have chats with a Japanese friend already. So maybe your level's already decent, but it will get way better the more shadowing you do. And then